It's been around 3 years since I first got the S21 Ultra, and in this video, I wanted to share my long-term experience. I have been using it every day since it got launched, and even though Samsung has given us a lot of great phones lately, the S21 Ultra remains one of my favorites. This is the Samsung Galaxy S21 Ultra in 2024. When it comes to the build quality, the S21 Ultra still remains amazing. It has a unique design that still feels good in the hand. It is a heavy device, and to me it always felt very premium. I used it for the most part of the case, and even though I love the matte back, I noticed that it got scratched quite a bit even with the case on. If you don't want any scratches on your device, would recommend you to get a skin, since the back of this phone is very soft. Other than that, I really love the design of the S21 Ultra. It has slight curves that aren't as distracting, but they make the device more elegant. Since it is also IP rated, I used it many times for taking pictures while swimming, and to date I never had any problems. Another area where the S21 Ultra shines is with the display. It has a big 6.8-inch dynamic AMOLED display with a QHD resolution and a 120Hz refresh rate. The display of the S21 Ultra is just amazing. It is very sharp and smooth with vibrant colors, and it gets very bright outside even in direct sunlight. I never had any trouble when viewing content outside, since its brightness is plenty enough. I also watch a lot of videos and movies on this device, and doing that is just a joy. On the top it has a camera cutout that you will forget immediately, since it is very small and it doesn't get in the way. The S21 Ultra still remains one of my favorite devices for media, even though I have a lot of other phones. My S21 Ultra has just been updated with Android 14, and the software experience is better than ever. It never lags, and it is very fast at doing everything. I just love the features that One UI offers. My unit is powered by the Exynos 2100, and it is actually still good enough for most tasks. It isn't as fast as the S23 Ultra, for example, but it has actually aged really well. It comes with 128 GB of base storage, which to me hasn't been enough to me. Since I use the S23 Ultra as my main device, most of the apps and games are on that phone. When the S21 Ultra was my main phone, however, I found myself needing more storage. A microSD card slot is also missing here. The RAM, on the other hand, has been amazing. It has 12 GB, and no matter how many apps you open, it will still keep them ready in the background. When it comes to the cameras, the Galaxy S21 Ultra is almost a complete package. I say almost because even though it has amazing cameras overall, it has some slight shortages that are worth mentioning. We start with the main camera, which is basically one of the best out there even 3 years later. It takes outstanding pictures in daylight and in low light. Pictures taken with this camera are on point every time. Normally it takes binned pictures at 12 megapixels, but you can also use the full 108 megapixel mode for extra details. The ultra-wide camera is also really good. It too takes great images in daylight, and even in low light it delivers amazing results. It does also have autofocus, so it doubles as a macro camera too. The S21 Ultra also has 2 zoom lenses, one of which is a 3x and the other 10x. The 3x camera takes great pictures in daylight. At low light this camera is very hard to be activated, since it always requires more light. The 10x camera, on the other hand, is in a league of its own. During the day this lens has been very helpful to me. At night, at this zoom range, the phone decides to use the 3x lens instead. The 10x, on the other hand, gets activated when taking pictures of the moon, for example, and it does an amazing job with it. The front camera is a 40 megapixels one, and the pictures it takes are sharp even when binned down to 10 megapixels. When using the full resolution, pictures are some of the most detailed on any smartphone. The Samsung Galaxy S21 Ultra can record videos up to 8K, but at this resolution it lacks stabilization. Nevertheless, at 4K, videos taken with this phone are some of the best in the Android world. Videos are very sharp and the stabilization is incredible. This phone also does an incredible job with the focus, since it never misses the target. Overall, the cameras of the S21 Ultra are still very capable and reliable in most of the situations. Another area where the S21 Ultra is to be praised is the audio. This phone has stereo speakers and they get very loud and clear. Sound quality is great even at the loudest volume. So far, I have been praising the S21 Ultra with every category, but that's about to change since this phone doesn't have a good battery. The battery life of the S21 Ultra is the weakest point of it. It doesn't have terrible battery life, but it is far behind the likes of other phones at this capacity. I always find myself charging it twice or even 3 times a day. I am a heavy user and the battery during this time has degraded a lot, but it never had a great battery life to begin with. This is the only complaint I have with the S21 Ultra. Charging is also very slow when comparing it with other devices. It does also have wireless charging, but that is even slower. On the other hand, the wireless power share feature has been useful to me since I charge my watch on its back, even though it drains the battery of the phone a lot more than it charges the watch. That's all with the weakness of this phone. Now we move with some of its other strengths. First of all, the in-display fingerprint scanner found on this device is one of the fastest and most reliable ones. My fingers aren't always in the best condition, but the S21 Ultra does an amazing job on recognizing them. A face scanner is also present and it too is very fast and reliable. It isn't as secure as Face ID for example, but it is faster and I always use it. So what are my final thoughts about the S21 Ultra, and is it still worth buying it in 2024? 100% convinced, I say yes. Its price has fallen quite a bit and nowadays you can actually find it under $400 and in a great condition. For $400, almost no other phone can offer you as much as the S21 Ultra. Besides the weaker battery life, the S21 Ultra is great in every other way. No phone is perfect, but the S21 Ultra is just timeless. If you did enjoy this video, a thumbs up would be appreciated. Thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next one.